AI-generated food videos are everywhere right now. Glass fruits, gem-covered toast, even lava mukbangs. But could any of these exist in real life? Today, we're gonna find out because I picked 12 of the most viral AI ASMR videos on the internet, and I'm gonna try to recreate them using real food and real sounds. Starting with edible lava?
If I see one more comment saying I am AI, I'm gonna crash out.
You are AI. Now let's see another one here. This video is getting me really excited. This is gonna be really fun. Let's make some lava. We're gonna start with our corn syrup. That's what she did. And we're gonna add in cornstarch and a little bit of cinnamon oil, which is kind of creative. Giving it a little fire, give it a little spice. Oh my goodness, that's goopy. Now she adds orange. I'm gonna try to get it this color. Okay, I'm gonna start with a few drops because you can always add more. This is looking really cool. We need a little red. Start small. Boop, boop. Okay, this is already looking like lava. It's gooey, river flowing. Next step is we're gonna be adding some globs of jet puff, little marshmallow puff, and actual marshmallows. And she just puts these globs all over. Oh, shoot. Oh, super sticky. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna place these all around. This is like the weirdest casserole I've ever made. Now we're gonna light it up, turn off the safety, put her on, and boom. Yeah, baby! Usually when you're doing marshmallows, you want them a nice golden brown, but in this case, we want them black. We want them burnt, we want them charred. Look, it's on fire, perfect. That is like lava. I like the actual real fire. I think that that looks even better. This is really looking like lava, but now we've got to add the dry ice and 2 of these lights, and she puts them underneath, so it gives it a little glow. That is awesome. And now we're gonna be adding dry ice in between the little cracks, so we'll get a little steam, so it looks like the steam is like from heat, from a hot active lava. Just be careful when you're using a dry ice because it's really cold. Looks wise, this looks like lava. It looks amazing, but I'm disappointed with the dry ice effect. I thought we were gonna get some more steam, so it looked like it was like piping hot. Let's turn the lights off, see what it looks like. Let's try. Did you hear that? That was like crackly. Oh. Okay, let's try it. Oh, wow. That's interesting. I like the flavor of the cinnamon oil. I think that that is saving a lot of things here, but it's literally corn syrup and cornstarch. It's like super starchy. It's just, whoa. And then I love marshmallows. I even like a little crispy marshmallow, but when they're this charred, it's not really good for you. This looks like you're eating AI lava. The AI will tell you this tastes good, but it does not. Don't believe them. This was really cool though, and I kind of love the ASMR sounds. Here's another one. Can't wait to see what we're gonna recreate next. This AI video is a woman eating a planet. Crunchy. Let's watch another one. That one's a little gooier. Next planet. Oh, it's Earth. Oh, what does Earth sound like? Crunchy and gooey. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. The rest of these videos, no one else made recipes of these, so we're gonna try to recreate this on our own. These little planets remind me of hot chocolate bombs that I have made on my channel before, so I'm gonna be using the same technique. So I'm gonna create the look of the planets with silicone mold and some melted yellow chocolate and a little painting brush. To achieve the look of the first planet, all I'm gonna do is dip my brush in there and I'm gonna paint 2 rings. I'm gonna be painting a smaller ring around the middle and then another ring on the side that's a little bit larger. So I'm probably gonna do 2 coats so we get those beautiful planet stripes. I'm gonna keep doing this to the rest of the molds and then I'm gonna pop this in the freezer to chill for about 10 minutes. Our yellow chocolate has completely set and now we're gonna be adding our melted white chocolate to these molds. We're gonna be doing them one at a time because it sets kind of quickly. I'm not gonna fill the cavity completely. I'm gonna do maybe half full, spiral all the way around to cover all of the inner of the mold. We want to cover everything. Oh, got it. And then I've got a baking sheet lined with a piece of parchment paper to get rid of the excess chocolate. Lightly jiggle over the tray. It will stick to the side, so it's going to be perfect. I'm just going to place it upside down like this. Let the chocolate completely set. Usually takes about 10 minutes at room temperature, or you can pop it in the refrigerator or freezer to set faster. Once you make all of these, they're going to look like this, and they were so easy to pop out of the mold. We got the really cool rings around the sides and chocolate on the inside. In the first video that we watched, the planet had like a white filling, so I'm going to be using marshmallow fluff. To make this a little bit easier, I put it in a bowl to stabilize it, and we're just going to fill it up. Not fully all the way. I want to put the mound in the middle so that we can connect the planet. Oh, like that. Oh, that's cool. Now in this little piping bag, I have some white melted chocolate, and we're going to use this to connect the top half of the planet. I'm just gonna pipe this around the outer edge, and it's basically edible glue. It's gonna help the chocolate stick to chocolate. We're gonna seal this together. If you have any excess, you don't like the look, you can just wipe it off. Now we're gonna let it set one more time. Usually takes about 10 minutes, and we can try it and make some other planets. Look how cool these little planets turned out. They're so cute. I use the same technique to make these planets, and I filled them with different edible things that kind of look like the AI video. So let's start with the first one. It didn't go quite like the video, but this was pretty close, and it tastes amazing. It's marshmallow fluff and chocolate. I mean, I just want to dip fruit in it. Oh, all right, let's try the other planets. This one looks incredible. So in the middle of here, I put like a whipped honey. And this one, she eats it with 2 hands, which is perfect because this one's heavier. Ooh. It looks incredible, but I wouldn't recommend it for eating because this is just a lot of honey. I feel like I just took a shot of honey. For the filling on the inside of planet Earth, it looked like a sweet jelly sugar. So we made our own squeeze pop filling. But if you have a squeeze pops at the store, get that. That would be a lot easier. Happy Earth Day! It actually tastes like a Squeeze It. Oh my gosh, most of the world is made out of water. Pretty close. Oh! AI slime cereal. What is she eating? It looks like squishy yogurt with like some Fruit Loops on top. Okay, I've got an idea. Let's make it. I think what's gonna work best is thickening up the milk. So in this saucepan, in this saucepan, I have some whole milk. Pour in the cornstarch. Cornstarch helps thicken things up, like gravies, jams. That's its jam. We're gonna whisk that in until there's no more lumps. Then we're gonna pop this over on the stove, medium heat. We're gonna heat it for about 5 minutes, bring it to a simmer. You don't want big bubbles. If you see any bubbles, turn down the heat and just continue to mix. And you're not gonna see a big difference while it's on the stove, but this is gonna help it come together in the fridge. Then we're gonna let it sit up in the fridge for a couple hours or overnight to get really thick. Then we're gonna just add it to cereal. Here is the thickened milk that I made, and here's the consistency. It's got the drip like hers did in the AI video, and it's much thicker. So I'm just gonna add some cereal. Oh, too much cereal. You just go like this like a claw machine. All right, let's try our slimy milk cereal. Oh wait, let's gloss these lips just like the AIs do. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Yeah, we did it. Tastes like regular milk and cereal. The texture is weird. I mean, it's thick. I don't know why AI came up with this, but let's do another one. These videos I am seeing everywhere. AI is spreading impossible things on toast. They're spreading gems, they're spreading crayons, they're spreading them all. All right, let's watch the gem one. This is wild. Literally, I think I have the perfect idea. I think frozen butter. I used to waitress, and we used to make these custom little frozen butter balls, and it was amazing. And all you need is a silicone mold. So here I've got a gem mold, and then I also got a circular mold to make little planets and even little crayons. We're gonna start with the gems. You just wanna do softened butter, let it sit out at room temperature, and then you add a few drops of food coloring, mix it together. So this is colored butter. butter. I'm gonna add different colors and different orders on different gems. And you can do them in any order, it doesn't matter. But as soon as you filled it, then you're just gonna tap, 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 tap. Oh, my waitressing days are coming in handy. And that's gonna release all the air bubbles and make them nice and smooth so they won't have holes in them, and it will fill all the edges of the mold. And then we're gonna freeze the butter, and then it's so easy to pop out of the mold. I wanted to show you guys a detail really quick. So I've already popped our butter crayons out of their little mold, and I'm gonna be painting on just a little bit of oil-based edible paint to get the little details. So you just dip a small amount with a small little baking brush, and you want to move quickly because the butter is warming up. It's getting softer and softer. I've just popped these out of the freezer, and if they start to get too soft, you can always pop them back in the freezer. These are starting to look so cute. I cannot wait to see what they look like when I'm all done. I've made all the custom butters. They're frozen. I've popped them out of the molds, and now I'm gonna pour them on top of our toast one by one. First up, our frozen butter gems. Oh, we lost a gem. Our frozen custom butter crayons. Oh no. I got too excited. We made little planets. They look like Mercury. I feel like these ones look the most similar to the ones I used to make at the restaurant. Ours had little designs on them, but they were little butter balls like this. I also made frozen butterball Jupiters. Oh, Jupiter. Jupiter's a little wild. And who could forget Mars? And last but certainly not least, Earth. I love it. Now I'm gonna let them warm up to room temperature and spread them. Moment of truth, the butter has come to room temperature. Now we're gonna see if it spreads. We're gonna start with the gems. That looks really cool. This is beautiful. We have recreated this. Humans win again, boom. All right, let's try the crayons. Whoa. This works. Very satisfying. Had made little custom balls, but never like this many shapes. This is actually really fun. Okay, Mercury. I'm so scared. That one really looked like metal, and it was thicker too. I might have put too many little butter balls on here. Let's spread Jupiter. Oh, cool. Time for Mars. Smooth like butter. Earth! Oh my gosh, these are so cute that I don't want to spread them. This definitely worked, and it looks super cool. It was super fun. Let's take a bite here. I'm trying to pick one that has the least amount of food coloring in it so it won't dye my mouth. Let's do a Jupiter bite. Whipped butter, nothing better. Now they're cutting into what looks like a cloud. And now, oh, there's another one and it glows. Okay, I gotta watch this. I think I got this, no problem. To make this treat, I've got some white cotton candy, which honestly already looks like a cloud, but I also wanted to make the glowing cloud. So look what I have. It's neon powder, edible glow-in-the-dark dust. So what I did is laid open the cotton candy, and then I'm just gonna sprinkle and paint a bunch on the inside. I don't know if I'm using too much or too little. I have never done this before. And I'm gonna do my best to close it up and try to keep the glowy stuff on the inside. Yep, like a little dumpling. I have no idea if you're gonna be able to see it glow, but let's find out. I'm gonna start with the simple cloud. I feel like that was really similar. It wasn't as loud, crunchy, but you still got a little bit of it. Some texture in there. Now I wanna try the glowing cloud. We turn the lights off, we turn on our black light, and it's glowing. Okay, we're gonna cut into it and see if I can get any dust moving. And one more, here we go. Okay, so even with the daylight, you can kind of see the glow with the black light. This is hands down one of the coolest things we made today. I don't know why I love it so much. Ooh, these are the AI fruit and veggies glass cutting videos. These are all over my feed. Let's watch one. The first one's a pepper. Cutting glass with a knife is impossible, but I think I have some ideas of how to recreate the vibe of these videos. In front of me, I have the veggies and fruits that they used in these videos. I've got a pepper, a mango, a piece of corn, and a carrot. What I liked about the videos is the outside was hard like glass, but then when they cut through it, it looked like the veggies and the fruit on the inside. It looked pretty normal. So I thought the best way to recreate this for real would be, instead of a hard candy, dipping these in Ismalt. Ismalt. If you're not familiar with Ismalt, it's pretty similar to like hard candy. It's less temperamental, so you just throw some Ismalt and some water in a sauce pot on the stove, heat it up to reach 320 something, but just be careful because it gets real hot. I mean, this is like molten hot. So I always like to keep a little bit of ice water right next to me, you guys, or a burn kit, just in case. I mean, this is hot. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the pepper. Here I've got the Ismalt. It's just clear, and I'm just gonna tilt it and spin this little pepper all the way around, coating it like I would a candied apple. Just be very careful, don't get your fingers in there. They're gonna burn. Then pick it up, let the excess drip off, and then once most of that's dripped off, I'm just gonna place it over here onto a baking sheet. It's lined with a silicone mat so it won't stick. I'm gonna scrape this on the side, just very gently, kind of help it get moving there. Look at that. Woo, little stringies. Boom. That's looking good. This is where long nails come in handy because I can use this to just scrape off the little strings. It straight up feels like a little kitty whisker. Now, while this is still hot, I'm gonna dip the rest of the produce I have here. The Ismalt has set, and now we're gonna cut into it. I'm hoping to hear the crunch. We achieved it. That was so satisfying and it was real. Boom. Let's try cutting this glass corn. This one is a little trickier because the corn has more moisture, so the Ismalt is a little bit wet on the bottom, but I'm hoping for a good crunch. Here we go. Okay, got the end off. Now we're gonna get a great slice. It's like my whole weight. AI makes this one look a little bit easier than it actually is, but it's still satisfying. And also, if you have a little bit more upper body strength than me, you might be able to pull this one off a little better. The carrot came out kind of sad looking. The Ismalt didn't stick to like half of it. Carrots just have too much moisture. So maybe there's a crunch back here somewhere because this is just soft. That just sounds like a carrot. We'll try here. All right, here a little bit. Okay, that was a little satisfying. Not the best, but also we got a few good crunches. The last one we dipped is the mango right here. I think that will avoid the pit. I mean, we're getting some good ASMR, but she's real thick. Kiss my butt, AI. Better and real, edible. Ready? Okay, that was a little thick, but this mango is bomb. This woman is eating a sponge. This is like the show My Strange Addiction where they like eating weird things. Well, I'm getting some ideas. As a baker, I know that the inside of a cake looks like a sponge. In front of me, I've baked this spongy yellow cake with all the holes. It's like the perfect texture. It literally looked like the video. And I just leveled off the top of the cake. We got it over here. I cut out this shape on a piece of parchment paper and it's gonna be my template. I'm placing it on the top of this cake. Before you cut out unique shapes into cakes, it's a good idea to freeze the cake because then it will crumb less, it will stick together more, it just makes it a little easier to work with. Then with a sharp cutting knife, we're just gonna cut all the way around the shape. Just be careful, don't get your fingers. I like to take out little pieces as I go, just to make it a little bit easier. And then I'll add some little details. Curve it a little. Peel this off, doop-a-doop-a-doo. That was really satisfying. So now we've got the basic shape of the sponge, but to make this look even more realistic, I'm gonna carve just the top edge. So you're gonna take your sharp cutting knife and just very carefully go around the edge. Just give it some extra shape. I love this. I feel like I'm a sculptor. Because I'm feeling a little extra, I'm gonna do the same thing around the bottom. And ta-da! We have recreated an edible sponge. I will eat a sponge cake any day over a real sponge. This is way cuter. All right, now I'm just gonna rewatch the video so I can see exactly how she holds it. Okay, it's the double hand to one hand. The ASMR noise is not gonna sound like that. This is gonna have a natural biting into cake sound, which I actually don't know what it sounds like. I'll try. Double one. These videos are gonna be scoop videos. They're scooping gold like ice cream. Whoa, whoa. Here's the rock. It's rock ice cream. I have so many ideas. My first thought's ice cream, but I was like, we got something better. I went with ganache instead of ice cream because it won't melt, a little bit easier to work with. I made a white chocolate ganache, divided it into two. This one, I mixed in just a little bit of gold powder. That's how I got this beautiful color. It almost looks like a latte. And then over here, I just add a couple drops of white food coloring and a little bit of ground up Oreos. So it looks like cookies and cream, just like that rock in the video. I'm gonna start by making the gold brick. I'm gonna take a big scoop, put it down. Okay, that's a good size. It's like a little brick. Then using an offset spatula, I'm just gonna start shaping it into a brick. So it will look like a gold brick. That's why I love ganache. You can literally shape it. It's very sticky, but it's forgiving. It's pliable. We love it. You can also always pop it into the fridge to like firm up and then start smoothing again. But this is like a brick. Well, it's starting to. So to make the rock, we are using the cookies and cream looking ganache. And I've just put a bunch right here in the middle. Keep smoothing it. I'm gonna create some sharp angles and edges. But it's a rock. You can make it look however you want. This is looking pretty good, but to get very clean edges, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge to chill and then actually use a knife to cut into the sides. Make it a little cleaner than it is now, but pretty good. We've got our gold bar shape and now we're gonna step it up. We're gonna make it look just like a gold brick because we have got gold luster dust and I've got this little brush and we're just gonna gently paint and cover the entire thing. Small little gentle strokes. And you can even do layers, like a thin layer and then add another one. You just don't wanna press too hard because we really got the shape that looks like a brick. I'm just gonna keep adding layers until this is the shiniest brick you have ever seen. Our gold bar looks incredible and I'm gonna try to do a scoop just like they do in the video. This looks real. I feel like we've created one. I'm gonna use a mini torch to heat up our ice cream scooper and hopefully that is gonna help get a really beautiful scoop. Oh. It worked. Take that, AI. The rock looks so good after I took a knife, made some sharper, clean lines and edges. Heat up the scooper, a little bit on the inside, a little bit on the outside. Okay, now we're gonna scoop it. This is incredible. Not only did we recreate this, but I think it's more satisfying than the AI video because it's real. And I could really eat it. This one was a huge success. Okay, now AI is scooping glass like ice cream. It kind of sounds like shave ice. Okay, let's make it. My idea here is very simple. We're gonna freeze corn syrup. I'm gonna pour all of it into this baking dish. So a couple things are gonna happen here. One, it's clear glass scooping ice cream. And two, I think we might get a little crunch, but I also think we'll get movement. Fingers crossed. So I'm just gonna be adding both of these. Oh yeah, AI couldn't do this. That's more satisfying. Suck on that, AI. Yeah, you get extra ASMR sounds with our video. That's corn syrup drums. Now I'm gonna pop this in the freezer and try to scoop it. Whew, that is so cold. I just took it out of the freezer. It is icy. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Here's my ice cream scooper. Let's try this. Okay, it's a little firm. Come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. They scoop a ball of it and then it just sits on top. Does this look like a ball? If you don't have your glasses on, this looks like glass. Okay, I'm gonna try one more. I have no idea how you would do this. This is, oh, jeez. This one's impossible. I don't think you can do this one. Oh no, did I break this? These next AI videos, the food is completely transparent. There's a strawberry, there's a stack of pancakes, there's a donut. Now these ones, when they're cut into, they sound like glass, but I'm just gonna be creating the look of them. Let's see those pancakes. Wow, and now the donut. I know exactly what I'm gonna do for these. To make all of these treats, I'm gonna use gelatin because it's a little bit more firmer than Jell-O, not quite a gummy, kind of a hybrid. And I'm using a little bit of flavoring so it will taste good and a little bit of coloring as well. Because the strawberry, you definitely see the colors and there's a little pop of color on the donuts. So we're doing that. And also look what I found, strawberry extract. So the strawberry will actually taste like a strawberry. And at the baking store, buttery sweet dough extract. This was perfect for the pancakes. We're doing it. To make the little strawberries, I have a bunch of silicone molds over here. This one's a strawberry mold and little leaves. I've made some gelatin, really easy, just water, sugar, gelatin on the stove. I'm just gonna use a little spoon. If you wanted to get fancy, you could use a little syringe or like a pipette and fill up these molds. Oh, I overdid that one. Let's just absorb the extra here on the top. Same thing, we're gonna take our gelatin mixture, which I've dyed green, and I found this little leaf silicone mold. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with clear gelatin. This is gonna be our pancake mold. I'm actually gonna make a stack of pancakes and our donut mold. So far the gelatin has been working perfectly. I just popped all of these out of their molds and look at all these cute little strawberries. They're just adorable. The little leaves. What I like about it is it's kind of sticky, like tacky, like those little sticky hands. Here I've got some of the donuts out and I wanted to show you guys how I got the top of the donut. So I used the same gelatin. I colored it with a little bit of pink and white. And then you can just take a knife and cut out your shape. So here you can see, this is when I just popped out the donut. Gosh, I'm gonna use my nails like little spatulas and really carefully pick it up, and then place it very gently onto the donut. Oh, just like that. Yes, 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 yes. The donut is clear and the icing is a solid color, just like the video. Now I'm gonna take these little sprinkles and just place them on the top. And the gelatin's so tacky, it just sticks. It's amazing. And then for the pancakes, it looked like they used real fruit. So I got some blueberries and raspberries from my fridge and some syrup. I'm gonna try it. And we just have clear molded cakes. Look at these individual cakes that I'm gonna pop out of the mold and I'm gonna assemble these. They smell buttery. I'm gonna finish assembling these and then let's cut into them. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I thought this strawberry mold was a little bit bigger online. And then I'm rewatching the video and I was like, okay, this is a little strawberry, but we're still gonna go for it. We're gonna give it a try. Let's cut something a little bigger. I'm obsessed with this donut. It is so cute. Like, I don't even want to cut into it, but we're gonna do it. Okay, so in the video, he cuts right here first, Mike, like the corner, and then he cuts another slice. Mine didn't look exactly like the video, but it was still very fun. But now, the pancake stack. It's our largest food out of the clear. I love it. It looks so cool. Okay, we gotta put a little syrup on. They have a little bit dripping down the side, a little bit on top. If this was based on looks alone, we've achieved it. Here we go, we're gonna cut into it. Okay, let's do another cut. I absolutely love this. I think it looks cooler in person and real than it does AI. Ooh, this one's a little bit different. It's an impossible peach. So it's like clear, there's stuff on the inside it looks like, maybe glitter, and then it's also glass-like. Okay, let's try to make it. Now to make this peach, we're making it from scratch because we're not using a real fruit. There's gonna be glitter on the inside. To make this peach, I used Ismalt, which is similar to hard candy, cooked it up on the stove with a little bit of water at 320 degrees, and then I colored it to get this beautiful color. 2 drops of orange, 1 drop of red, bread. And then this cool mold that I found online, it's a silicone mold so it can withstand really high temperatures, and it's a peach mold. So I just poured it while it was hot into each little cavity, and just like making a hot cocoa bomb, swirled it around so it coated all the sides. And I kept doing that until it kind of dried, a little hardened. Flip it upside down, boop, and it's gonna give us that really clean, flat bottom. And then with the extra Ismalt onto a baking sheet lined with a silicone mat, I just poured these little blobs, different sizes, to cover it because I didn't know what size I'd need. In front of me, I've got the Ismalt peach that I popped out of the mold. I flipped it upside down and made a little funnel with a piece of parchment paper because we want to fill it with glitter, just like the video. So we're just gonna be adding all of this glitter because it was packed full of glitter. This is edible glitter. It's in the color Classic Red, and we're just gonna pour it all in. That is a lot of glitter. Oh, it's still coming out. This is a first for me. Okay, that's all of it. Let me just jiggle it down. Hold on. We're in there. Now very carefully remove this. I'm gonna toss this. I got a little trash can there. Oh, wow, that is full. Now, I'm gonna guess which one of these would be the best fit. All right, so I picked my bottom. I like this one. I'm gonna place it on top. You wanna get your blowtorch, and we're gonna meld them together, just like glass. You have to be very delicate, so when you're using the blowtorch, it's gotta be on the lowest setting. Otherwise, it'll crack. Give it some space. Smallest flame. Take your time. Our glass peach is now ready to be cut, and I'm watching the video. They cut it right down the middle. Fingers crossed. It was like a glitter bomb. In the AI video, this part falls out perfectly like this. And then the glitter is like hanging on the knife and just sprinkling down. No, that was just glitter bomb. All right, I think we achieved it. This video is a keyboard, but it's made out of butter. And then they just start typing on it and it's just squishing the buttons. We can do this, easy. I got this keyboard mold. In the bowl, I've got some soft room temperature butter that I've kind of whipped up so it's a little bit easier to work with. And now I'm just going to scoop it into the mold like so. Now that is an ASMR sound. Did you hear that? Keep doing this, fill up the entire mold, and then we're gonna pop it in the fridge to chill, and then carefully peel it out of there. It's soft. I accidentally hit it with my finger over here. And now I'm gonna start typing. Now the reviews online were very upset because they were like, this is not a normal size keyboard, this is too small. But Mike, I have small hands, so maybe it's just made for me. I'm gonna type the word butter babe. The E. Wait, I'll be quiet, see if you can hear anything. It looks so cool, but it didn't make one noise. So visually, I think people would love it, but for the ASMR, the sounds, you gotta make your own. Beep, 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 beep. This video was so fun to make. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you wanna watch any other videos, you can click here or here.